everyone, welcome to this update video. I trust and hope you're doing amazing today, and we're going to look at what is going on across the Caribbean. So we don't have a whole lot. As you can see here on this infrared satellite imagery, there is not a crazy amount of rain across the region, across many places or anything like that, but we've got these low-level clouds coming in from the east, and they've been helping out to influence the rain for many places that are experiencing rainfall activity. There's also a trough which extends into the vicinity of the region as well towards the north central Caribbean, and we'll be looking at the details, the rainfall forecast for today, as well as the winds. So let's get straight into it. So again, we've got all these cloud clusters coming in that's been influencing the rain for parts of the Lesser Antilles going down to Trinidad and Tobago, parts of Hispaniola, a couple spots in Jamaica, and especially towards Central America. That spot has been quite active. And as we take a look at the rainfall forecast for today, for some places in Central America, towards Nicaragua, parts of Honduras, the Bay Islands, Belize, the Keys, and even sections of Guatemala and Mexico, there could be some periods of some additional rainfall activity today, potentially some substantial rain in a few spots. Down to northern South America, for much of Colombia, going all the way through the Guyanas, we can see some of the more colorful shadings there, so there could be some decent rainfall. Whole lot not expected at all for the ABC Islands. Things are likely to be on the drier side. As I mentioned, for Trinidad, there's some moisture moving through, but for the Lesser Antilles on a whole, there could be those intermittent showers. Maybe nothing too crazy. Similar thing as we head to Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, parts of Hispaniola, as I mentioned, a few spots in Jamaica, potentially some areas in Cuba as well, even going to the vicinity of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands. A few showers possible. Cayman Islands, similar story. Northern Bahamas going to much of the Florida Peninsula. As we can see, there's not really any color there indicating that, hey, there's likely to not be as much rainfall activity. But it may be quite windy for many of us. Here we're looking at this graphic, and as we see more of these blue shadings, that is indicating some of our stronger winds going up to 20-25 knots. So as we're going to be heading through today, going into the early afternoon hours, it's likely to be quite windy across the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands, even for the ABC Islands as well. Cayman Islands, Cuba, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, it's likely to be quite windy as we progress throughout today. So one of the things I wanted to point out as well, let's look at this graphic. Now this is showing the dry air. As we see more of these more vibrant shadings of oranges, reds, even that pinkish shade, that is all showing the dry air that's been pretty much plentiful across the North Atlantic. We are in our dry season. Now it's because of this more stable atmospheric conditions why we are not seeing any bursts of convection or anything like that. Overall, we don't have any significant low pressure areas to really influence that type of weather. However, we will see less and less of this as we head towards April, going into May, which kickstarts the rainy season for many places in the Caribbean. So this is what we have going on right now. We've got all this dry air, but of course the low-level clouds, they're really what's coming by and helping to give us some rain. And we know that being in the dry season as well, we have to conserve on our water. So that's what's going on, guys. That's essentially what I wanted to bring to your attention in this brief update, just on what's going on in the tropics. And I do hope you found it to be quite informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.